Live from the capsule. I am gonna try out a couple of new things today, and you guys kind of let me know um, if you guys are hearing any audio. If there's anybody out there, I'm gonna just keep talking and kind of going off the top and seeing um, if anybody joins in on here and see if this microphone is working, because I don't know if I'm gonna have to like turn the live off to turn it back on. Do I have to go to this app and or not? I'm kind of trying to do that because once again I'm shooting this live late in the evening. I'm gonna try to shoot for like 20 minutes or so like that. I'm shooting it late in the evening. Um, I am at my desk again, but we're doing some construction here at our place, at our condo. Like all my desk stuff is displaced. Like I even just pulled out a couple of my daughter's. Um, I see somebody's in here. Can you guys let me know if you can hear me? Give me a thumbs up, drop a line in the comments, and or let me know what's going on. Um, so anyways, live from the capsule. I'm still doing my drawing prompts. Like I said, I'm kind of just going through, still figuring things out. And I had a really good setup. I had like two ring lights. I had like one on this side and one off to this side. And then I had like my drawing pad and all my stuff all set up. It was great. It was so easy to just like kind of just plug and play early in the morning. But like I said, I'm going through some stuff. We're going to get some construction done. So I had to pull everything out of this office. This office has nothing in it now. And like my ring light was in the back. And today, if you can kind of see like that short, I dropped a short earlier today on a dream catcher. And yeah, there's no lighting, there's no anything. Anybody that's in here, if you guys can drop a, can you guys hear me? I have this microphone on. Hi, Fortnite guy 1234. Um, can anybody hear me out there? And or is this being a silent yeah, you can hear me. All right, cool. So I'm on the mic. Awesome. Thank you, man. I appreciate that very much. Um, how you doing, Jesus our Savior? Thank you guys for joining in. This is my second live. We got a little bit over 10 people. We got 20 people in here. That's all freaking awesome. And so, so I just said, after the weekend, like we were supposed to start the floor on Saturday. Is long story short, never happened because we got to break down this Murphy bed. I don't know if you guys can see this behind me. So that's a Murphy bed, and it's in the wall. My day's great, Fortnite. We're just chilling. I'm a Mr. Potato Head looking. Sure, if you say so. Um, I'm gonna let you guys tell it. The audience tells the truth. That's what they say, and that's why a lot of people are vulnerable and don't want to get online because they're scared of what someone else will say. So anyway, so we got to break this thing down before we put the floor down. Whole mess. It never goes as easy as planned. But my last live, what I was doing was I recapped the Mad Hatter that I drew on the prompts, which is part of the Drop a Give Me 50 or the On the Road to 500, which are just basically just drawing prompts. I draw out of a prompt book. I've never really shown this, but this is kind of like what I draw out of every day. It's the 200 prompts, and this one's not full. Fuck shit. There's drawings in there that I've put up and stuff like that. I have another one that's full, but so that's kind of what I draw out of it. That's kind of like my premise is I draw usually a few times a week, 4 or 5 times a week. Try to do it every day. I'm drawing out of the prompt book. The prompt book kind of tells me what to draw. I'm trying to do CTAs and call to actions so people can give me ideas of Barry, what's going on? So people can give me ideas to do drawings as well. So to include the audience. But I do have a surprise for you guys, and I wasn't gonna be able to get it done. I didn't think I was gonna be able to get it done because I just didn't have the lighting, did you know, once you get all set up, you know what I mean? It's almost like when you have your car's ready to go, whatever the case may be. And then like now every time you got to go to work, you got to catch an Uber. Um, Happy Father's Day to you as well. I appreciate that. Um, it just puts a monkey wrench in it, and it kind of breaks down the momentum, breaks down the the go. But I definitely did get it done. I finished the Mad Hatter. I pulled just a reference off of Pinterest just to kind of get some color schemes going, and um, I I finished it up. So I'm gonna show you guys that right now. I'm gonna bring it up on the screen. I'm gonna grab my phone from here, and or I'm gonna try to maneuver the um, the handle and try to push it over the top so you guys can see it. And then we're gonna do this together. And I'm going to hit on my iPad. Procreate is the program that I use when I'm like coloring inside of here. uh I'm gonna hit the replay button, and it's gonna show me how I like did the line work, did the drawing, dropped the colors in, did the shading, boom, boom, bring it to like a final. So that's gonna be super cool, man. You guys stick around. Give me a couple of minutes just so I can kind of position this camera in the right way where you guys are gonna be able to get a good glimpse of not only the shot of the final drawing, but also like the walkthrough and kind of how I did it. And then I'm going to kind of come back to if there's anything um, that you guys would like to drop in the comments. Like I said, I always go shorts. Like if you go to my page, if you go to my shorts, that's where I have like most of my videos. This is going to be like my second video, I guess, like on the long form content. But then you'll be able to see all the shorts, and you kind of see what I do. Basically, I just like wake up, shoot the shit, do a quick drawing, post that shit, keep it moving. You know what I mean? Keep it simple, and I'm learning all the time. So bear with me really quickly. How many people are watching live right now? There's only a few of you guys in here, but there was a time where there was 30 some odd. I want to say like the high point. I don't have this on structure, so I wouldn't foresee that many people coming on. I've only really been active on YouTube for like I don't know, a month or two. Like actually getting after it, actually posting videos. I got like 80 shorts now, so I'm pretty happy with my progress, and just kind of going and getting after it, getting after it. So I'm just gonna put this Mad Hatter up there, guys, and let you guys check that out. Give me 1 second so I can move this camera. Dang. So you guys are able to see that. So that was, and I'm gonna be able to, soon I'll be able to um be able to transpire this onto this screen so you guys will be able to see that. And I think that that will be fucking awesome when I'll be able to do either screen in screen where I'll be able to be talking to you guys and you guys can kind of check that out, and or I'll be able to stream what's on my screen in the corner. And I think that's in the near future. I don't think that's too far off. Um, and that's just something that I think is going to be super cool for me to do. Uh, and that be that. So right here, I see something that I kind of want to do. I'm going to go ahead and bring that white in. Syrup. I'm going to add that. This is syrup inking. Syrup is my favorite. And then I'm going to go up And then I'm gonna go right over here because I think I should have like another fucking highlight right here. I think that'd be cool if it did that. And then get black, make this smaller. Let's go around this fucking thing. Circle it. Circle it, baby. So that's that. So boom. So that's this is my interpretation of the Mad Hatter. I drew this from my mind. I never looked at a reference. I kind of just, what would a fucking crazy ass guy with a hat that's kind of like into magic tricks and into his own world kind of look like? And yeah, obviously, I've seen Alice in Wonderland, and I had an idea of what the Mad Hatter looked like, but this was just me doing it from the top of my head. A lot of people use a lot of reference, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I find that that's kind of how I learn things best. It's almost like reading the directions on how to build a desk, and then put the fucking directions away and build the desk, and then you'll see what you remember and what you don't remember. Um, sometimes that's super cool to do, and sometimes people don't want to waste their time with it, but I do. I feel like it's a very cool thing for me to do. A lot of learning goes into play, and I like to be able to draw things right off the top of my head. So like I said, guys, I'm gonna go over here. We're gonna go to video. This is Procreate, like I said before, is the name of this program. And then we're gonna play the time lapse replay and see how we all came about this. Okay, I remember I uploaded the drawing, and then and then it then I traced it and went to it. So boom, you'll see kind of how I went over it with the red pencil. Like I said, this is syrup. That's my favorite type of pen to use in Procreate. And then that's all I did, I think. I think the first time that we went on live, the only thing that I did was um, do this line drawing in red. So today I started, this black is from today. So everything that you see being built right here is from today. Um, and I had a really good time doing this shit. I think this shit was fucking super cool. I really enjoyed it. I feel like I learned a lot. I did a lot of the stuff that I usually do, um, but I'm finding that I'm probably gonna end up having to use cooler things. I used a different brush in the background. If you see that, you see I just drop the colors in solid. I drop all the colors in solid, and then I go back in and I like shade the colors by using the color picker, and then by using the color picker, and then going in and overlaying other textures and or shading. If you can see, I kind of do a couple of different techniques. um, it's really similar to kind of how tattooing is, where like there's different types of techniques to do the same thing. You know what I mean? Like you can achieve that. You can achieve those looks doing it a whole bunch of different ways. But that's kind of how I did this one. Bang. Um, we're getting really close to the end, and you guys can see the reference that I pulled to kind of get something in there. Bang. And that's that, guys. That was the Mad Hatter. This right here is that finished product of the Mad Hatter. I really enjoyed it. I really think it's cool. Um, I'm gonna look into maybe changing this background color. Uh, let's see if it can't give us something cool, something a little bit less. So we notice that background is blue, so maybe like the opposing color. So we're probably gonna go in here somewhere. That's probably where the best bet would be for like a background color. So just so it's not white. It's not just white. Um, but yeah, that's hyper awesome. I really enjoyed it. Um, yeah, guys. So I'm going to be doing a little bit more of that. Bear with me one more second. I'm kind of going to bring the camera back to my face, and we're going to chat a little bit more. and then we'll call it a night. Um, but I'll leave that white for right now because I'm gonna try a couple of different things. But yeah. Well, thank you, Barry. I appreciate that for that new sub. That was awesome. I'll be doing a lot more drawing, a lot more chilling, a lot more cool stuff. Um, I feel like this is just the beginning. I'm gonna start by just doing what I usually do, which is just like drawing, coloring, um, relating, and um, I always do like a reflection video. If you look at my shorts, I do the drawing video and then I do like a reflection video. What did I learn about this? What did I learn about the Mad Hatter? Uh, I learned that I really have to start committing to my lines. Like I find that when I do that, like when I bring the drawing into Procreate, and I like Syrup because it almost matches my style and my drawing style, where I'm very like fluent and I have a lot of calligraphied lines. Like I like the dip in and dip out of what that pencil does, where like when you touch it, it's real thin and then it thickens up, and then I like that. So, but what happens a lot of the times with that is that I'll do that, but then the lines won't touch. So then for me to like do like a color picker and like kind of like drop that in there, it doesn't work because then it's like an open fenced yard, and it just spreads throughout the whole page, and that doesn't do me any good. So, as of right now, what I'm going to end up doing is that I'm going to try to start committing to the lines, making sure all my lines touch, and maybe take a class on Procreate and coloring in Procreate, and maybe take a color theory class as well, just to refresh everything. I know a lot of that stuff. I've done a lot of that research myself. I've done a lot of continuing education when it comes to art. I'm not saying I know it like the back of my hand, but I definitely have. There's a lot of tools within Procreate that allow you to refer back to that as far as like like color composition, complementary colors, tertiary colors. The color wheel's all there for you. There's a big cheat wheel. But I'm gonna start doing a lot more of that because my prompt drawing is all black and white. I'm just using like Faber-Castell pencils. It's all graphite. Um, that book that I bought, like I'm gonna keep showing it, and I hope I don't get any copyright issues or anything like that from like showing someone else's book. Hopefully one day maybe I can do a prompt book and just like kind of make a list of stuff that I think is super cool, and do that. Maybe even a coloring book. Who knows? The possibilities are endless. But that's something that I feel like I have to do, and I have to start thinking more in color. Where like now I think more in value. I think more in composition, dark and light, and that works really well. And even when you don't use the right colors, it still works really well because you're pushing and pulling so far that it forces the eye to break those shapes up. But if you do that and you use really cool colors that most people aren't even inclined to use, that's when your work takes its own signature on. And that's something that I'm willing to try, something that I would like to get better at, and maybe share with you guys and bring you guys along for the journey. That's part of this whole channel is that I've always wanted to do art. I've always done art. Like I've tattooed for like almost 10 years now. Before that, I was a barber. So I always used to do like the creative designs in people's heads and lines and like the crisp beard with, different shapes. And so growing up, I did lettering. I did a lot of like graffiti art and stuff like that. I grew up in a very metropolis area, just exposed to that type of stuff. But me at this given time, I'd like to, I like most people. you rely on motivation a lot. Like, damn, I feel really good, so I'm gonna pump it out for the next 4 or 5 days. I'm gonna go super hard, and then you burn out, because you do too much. That happens with fucking exercise with people all the time. But now, when you have somebody that's accountable, which you guys are making me accountable, that on my channel, on my live, on the stuff that I'm doing, there's definite chief aims. So the dropping 50 was the 50 videos or the 50 subscribers that I needed to go live. So I kept doing the drop and give me 50 series. Then now I'm on the road to 500 subs, because once I do 500 subs, I guess I can do the community tabs and or uh, do a lot of other things. Uh, Thank you, Cool Boy 7CB. Um, I'm gonna go check your channel out as soon as I'm done here and see what you got going on over there, man, and see if we can collab. And I appreciate everything and everybody that keeps liking and jumping on this live. That's awesome. Um, so now with the, almost like you guys are like my life coach, almost as like somebody to bounce ideas off of. So I'm trying to get better with the CTAs, get better with the call to actions, so you guys can be involved a little bit more in my process of developing this channel into something hyper creative. Like I said, I'm not sure what it's going to turn into. I'm always going to pitch the creative aspect of it, the building aspect of it. Right now, the drawing is the building, the coloring is the building, the deciphering new subject matters, the going down that rabbit hole and kind of seeing what I know and what I don't know, seeing what you guys like, seeing what type of color patterns you guys like, what type of videos you guys like, what type of videos I think are cool and I'm trying to replicate. That's kind of what the channel is built around right now. But as time progresses, I can see myself. I just bought a couple of new knickknacks that I'm gonna put shelves up on the wall for, and I'm gonna put like some custom toys up there. I can see myself doing maybe some custom toys, maybe even building Lego toys on here and then customizing those, then drawing those, maybe even doing my own schematics. Like bang, like it can go crazy. It can go crazy, and it's all pitched towards the stuff that I like. That is what I find most interesting. That's what I like most about it, is that I'm not creating a personality. I'm not trying to be somebody that I'm not. I'm just documenting what I do all the time anyway, and trying to be really honest about it, and having outside sources other than the people that I work with, other than other colleagues that I speak to on the internet, people that are laymen, people that maybe aren't educated in the arts, maybe are educated in the arts, maybe just watch me because they like that I got fucking tattoos on me and I am a Spanish dude, or they like that I draw in a certain style. I don't know, but it's just opened everything up so wide, and that I've gotten, you know, I know it's like a false sense of success and or validation, but the first few shorts, 10, 20, 15, 30, 50 shorts that I put out, I didn't have an idea of what I was gonna do. I just said, like, I draw out of this prompt book all the time. So I'm just gonna fucking draw out of the prompt book and I'm gonna fucking post a video of me doing it in a creative way. Um, and people liked it, dude. Like, I got 1,000 views, 1,500 views, 2,000 views, and I'm doing drawings that take me 12, 8 minutes. Like, it's just it's no time. Um, I have like a little morning process where I do, like, I do my workout, I read and I draw, and I get that shit done in like an hour and a half, which is crazy. But I am being intentional with everything that I'm doing. Um, that is also being helpful in my life, because I want to build this YouTube channel, because I want to document and make things look professional and maybe interact in a new world, which is the internet world, which is the YouTube world, which is the creators world online. I have to really be deliberate with my day-to-day actions. I have to be intentional with the things that I'm doing to get the results that I need, because like I said on my first video, I'm a father, I'm a husband, I'm a tattooer. You know, I have things to do around the house. I also have a personal life. I also have outside family, siblings, things of that nature. If you try to do things very lackadaisical and just kind of wake up whenever you want and kind of get things done when you have motivation and you have all these external factors, I can be the first one to tell you that you ain't gonna get shit done. You got to get up before everybody and or stay up later than everybody when there's nothing going on, when nobody's asking you for help for anything, and get your shit done systematically. And that's how you're going to progress. It's the little wins over and over and over and over and over and over again that end up fucking adding up and being huge. And then before you know it, like I can look back on the drawings where I fucking sucked. Like, man, did I have to look at so much reference? Man, and even when I look at reference shit didn't even look good. It's not the case anymore. And I'm not saying that I'm great, but I can draw whatever the fuck I want, whatever the fuck I want. You know what I mean? I don't have to have like, oh well, can you show me what it looks like, or does it have seven tentacles, or like those are the things that I know already. And then even if I draw them and they're wrong, they look cool because I've just been adding on and on and on, and it's only going to get better. I'm only going to get better as long as God um, provides me with the strength, the fortitude, the health, the freedom, the mental sanity. I'm stacking chips. I'm stacking wins. I'm stacking drawings. I'm learning more. I'm trying to create a community of other creators that are trying to do what I'm doing, whether it's in the same realm and or something else. I've always thought that the ones that are exquisite, the ones that are spectacular, extraordinary, or people that bind things together. So like I have a really good friend that he's doing really good on socials as well right now. I'm giving him a big shout out, Jordan Motion. I want to say his full name is Jordan McBarnett, but he's like Jordan Motion on Instagram. Big shout out to you. Um, he does 3D rendering. And one time I was looking at his work and I was like, fuck, man, your shit like is super inspiring, super cool. And he's like, man, you should learn rendering. You should learn 3D and stuff like that. And the first thing I thought was like, dude, if I learned 3D plus all the stuff that I learned now and brought that all back into tattooing, dude, my style would be unique, like 100%, because it's just so many elements boiled into this one pot that there's no way to replicate that. There's no way to emulate that. Anybody who tries to replicate and emulate that is still gonna have like a different variation of that because they have to put themselves into it. It's great. Guys, I've been on here 28 minutes. I'm gonna start wrapping it up. I'm starting to, they said anywhere between 20 and 30 minutes is probably like the right amount of time to be on here, just so I get interaction and get people coming in and off of here. Um, Thank you so much, everybody that tuned in. My name is Manny Cabrera. The channel's live from the capsule. It's based upon prompt drawing and or image and topic discovery, all based through the drawings. What I know, what I don't know, what I need to learn, what I need to double down on. Also, with the call to action, bringing in the audience, bringing in the community, seeing what you guys want me to do, what I should learn, what I should maybe teach you guys. Any questions about how my process goes, I'm free to let you guys know. I don't want to gatekeep anything. Not that there's anything to keep. I got nothing that's that valuable as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, guys, please feel free to chime in. Feel free to give me any recommendations. Anybody out there that gave me any negative commentary, I appreciate you as well. I am not concerned with even though I am human and I am concerned with my looks to some degree, I am not concerned what someone on the internet thinks about my looks because I am focused on the art creation part of this journey. If there is anything that I can do to help out my look and make myself more appealing on camera so people don't be disgusted by just the look of me, please feel free to drop that in the comments as well. Once again, my name is Manny Cabrera. This channel is live from the capsule. Um, we are doing drawing, we are doing image discovery, content discovery, context discovery, and joining it all together, bringing it together, trying to make the best outcome possible. Everybody, have a great night. See you guys on the next go around. My next goal is to work on long form content, horizontal. So, hopefully, my floor guys get everything wrapped up shortly and I can get my studio office back in action. And then I'll give you guys a tour. But once I do that, I'm going to be shooting. The goal is to shoot one long form content, one live, five shorts, with some extras. All right, guys. Appreciate you very much. Have a great night. Check you out. Bye bye.